Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about today. Of course, we're going to go through all of the number plate action last night, where someone paid 23 million dirham for a number plate in Abu Dhabi. We're also talking about Kareem, and they are pausing deliveries for 30 minutes daily to allow drivers to break their fast. It's an incredible initiative. We're also talking, of course, LeBron James is in town, and he was hanging out at Cove Beach last night, where there was a Dubai magician performing tricks for him. We have the latest on whether or not he's coming back as well, so stay tuned. And also, do stay tuned, because we had Pungaj Udhas, who is coming to Dubai on May 6th, and I had the honor of sitting down with him for a little chat 2 days ago. And if you were watching yesterday, we were meant to go live with the interview, but we had some technical difficulties. But rest assured, if you are here for that, it's going live today. But before we get into, all of the fun, number one, I'm flying absolutely solo. Where is Simran? Simran, if you've seen her, I'm joking, we know where she is. She's going to be joining us tomorrow for sure, but she's late today. So when she's not here, we want to give something back, which is why we are giving dinner for two at Little Miss India for someone who's watching right now. We love giving back to the audience. Whenever we have something like this, we do our very best to get it to you. So, first of all, has anyone eaten at Little Miss India? I'm turning on comments now. Good morning, Mabeen. Good morning, Moshe. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. We love seeing your comments. We love reading them during the show and after the show. So if you want to shout out or anything, I'm watching. But also, let's get a question out for this Little Miss India meal for two. If you want it, comment right now and simply just name someone who deserves it. Name someone who deserves a night out on the town to enjoy a spectacular dinner, which includes a 3-course set menu dinner for two people with soft beverages. Fabulous. By the way, Little Miss India, if you haven't been, it's like this absolute gem. It's not exactly hidden because people know about it, but it's at Fairmont the Palm, and it's like going into this kind of garden oasis. It's absolutely stunning. You kind of have to see it. We have a video beside us if you're watching on Facebook, and it's just kind of modeled on the beautiful theme that is Little Miss India. You kind of have to go to really appreciate how fabulous it is. But that's why we are sending one person. Tell us who deserves it. Little Miss India dinner for two. We'll come back to your comments throughout the show. And if you want brownie points, I would suggest kind of throwing in why they deserve it. So, for example, I would like this dinner for two to Little Miss India, and I'm going to suggest Alibaba and I go together. He's like looking at me behind the camera. Why me? Because it's Ramadan and he is fasting. So he deserves it later on today, because we've noticed that we talk about food a little bit too much on this show, and Ali never complains. And, he's our moral compass on this show. So we thank him. So I'm going to suggest Alibaba and Vishnu. You can go together. However, they can't win, unfortunately. But you can. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. I want to see your comments coming through. We can see them all. So Neha, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. She has said Rahul Manzar deserves it. Someone's voting for themselves. Cheeky. Ranji says, me, as it's my hubby's birthday and you want to surprise him. Okay, we'll get this to someone at the end of the show. We'll announce the winner tomorrow, but we'll be DMing someone later on today. So do keep your comments coming through. We want to give this to someone. We love giving prizes away. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is for all of you guys for tuning in. Let's jump in to our top story. We are talking everything number plates, everything that went down in Abu Dhabi last night, when one person paid 23 million dirham for a number plate. So as you guys know, unless you've been living under a rock, the Most Noble Numbers charity auction has taken place at Emirates Palace. And we saw the coveted number 2 number plate go up for grabs. But along with that, we saw some other pretty slick low-digit number plates, including the number 11 with code 2, the number 20 with code 2, and also the number 99 with code 2 and 999 with code 2. And I'm pretty sure code 2 signifies Abu Dhabi. Along with that, by the way, which I think got a little bit less attention, they also were phone numbers up for grabs. So Du and Etisalat together, both telecom giants, they wanted to give back to this initiative. So they put their prized phone numbers up for grabs. And I want to do a quick drum roll if you're at home. Join me, because one person paid 23.3 million dirham for the number 2 number plate. And of course, This was all for a brilliant cause, to support the 1 Billion Meals Initiative, which is the amazing campaign that will aim to provide food to countries, to people in need in 50 countries, which is being led here in Dubai, which we are so proud of. And there's actually ways that, by the way, if you're hearing about it and you're hearing people are kind of donating millions of dirhams all the time, we can actually give back as well. So we'll put the numbers in the comments because I don't have it right here. But also this follows someone paying 35 million dirham for the AA8 number plate, which is in Dubai. So we really racked up nearly in the throes of 100 million dirhams just in the most notable charity auction. But I want to get your thoughts on the phone numbers that people were also bidding on. So for example, if you went to the number plate auction, you could have spent, or for the phone number 547 444 444. Is that right? 547 444 444. There were people bidding a lot of money for these number plates, or for these numbers, excuse me. So for that number, someone paid 160,000 dirham. Of money. But it's amazing because, of course, we saw there was a lot of media down there, and people, for example, who were bidding, they were saying, look, this is the time to give back, so why not give back? For example, if your lucky number is there and you have the dollar, why not give back in this fun way? It's an amazing symbol. And then there was also, for example, the next highest one, someone paid 150,000 dirham for 586 222 222. So, if you, for example, are working in the real estate business and you're looking, I'd love to know if they put them to use, or maybe they use them in their companies, because I imagine these people have 1/2/10 companies. But yeah, so along with the number plate auction, we also had phone number auction, and together it raised an incredible sum. Of course, it took place at Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi. It was attended by dignitaries and philanthropists, of course, who just want to give back to the incredible initiative. And let us not forget that last year, the aim was 100 million meals, and we smashed that target to 220 million meals. And now Dubai is eyes on the prize for 1 billion meals. So therefore, they're putting on these initiatives to kind of encourage, entice, and tempt people. And one of the cases, of course, was number plates, because we know that's a status symbol that people spend a lot of money for, but they wanted the money to be going towards a purpose. And the purpose is 100 million meals to people in countries that need it. Now, let's jump into our next story. But before we get there, a quick reminder, if you're just joining and why there's lots of comments coming through, we're giving away dinner for two in the fabulous little Miss India. By the way, have you eaten there? I've only eaten there once, and I just had the best meal. But if you would like to take someone there with soft beverages and a 3-course meal, get your comments in now, say who you want to bring and why. And don't worry, TikTok, we see you. Salam alaikum, because I believe there's lots of Arabic watchers. And also, by the way, Arabic word today, we're going to push it till tomorrow because I need Simran here. But you are Sayara people. No. If you're watching the show, you are Sayara means car. You're car people. It was to do with the auction story. You are Jamila people. You're beautiful people. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to move into our next story. This is huge. This is amazing. It's a big deal. Careem is pausing deliveries for 30 minutes daily to allow drivers to break their fast. And also on top of that, they're matching tips. So as we know, Ramadan truly has a special vibe. Friends and family gather for iftar at home or at restaurants. And because everybody's breaking their fast at the same time, restaurants, food delivery drivers, everyone feels that pressure to get food on the table at the specific time, which is sunset. So it is the busiest time for food delivery. So the fact that, and you may have noticed because we just kind of popped onto Careem one day at about that time and noticed that they have paused all deliveries for 30 minutes. 15 minutes before iftar and 15 minutes after, to allow drivers to take a break. Now, I just think this is just phenomenal. We know that it's the busiest time for food delivery, and it's just incredible. And on top of that, they're also matching tips for drivers. So if you tip a driver right now throughout the holy month, Careem is matching that and doubling their money, so they can basically earn double tips. We shared this on Instagram yesterday. There was a heap of praise towards Careem. British Mums Dubai, they were like, Careem, this is amazing. We stand by your cause. And then there was kind of just heaps of positivity. It got like 10,000 likes, which I always try like track how much people enjoy and hate the post based on likes. 10,000 is a lot of likes on one of our posts. So yeah, there was a huge positivity. However, there's always one or two or 10 in the comments who don't always love it. So what people were saying were, okay, so let's start with the positivity. British mums are like, we are so behind you on this initiative. Thank you so much for keeping our wonderful drivers safe. That was aimed at Kareem. Bianca Riley, she said, amazing. They're also matching tips by customers made on the app. Such a great way to give back to the hardworking delivery drivers during the holy month. This is so amazing. It's not just saying, okay, we have a wide audience, so let's ask them to give back. It's saying, okay, you give back and then we'll match it. So if I go on today and I tip my driver 50 dirham, Kareem is matching that. It's amazing. I think that we could all kind of like take note and give back. However, there was one or two and they were like, you know, why aren't they getting different breaks throughout the year? And I think like it's so worth noting that no one else is doing this. No one else is stopping to make sure that people have time to break their fast. This is just Kareem thing. I think it's really, really amazing that like during their busiest peak period, I just kind of want to know, I would love to know actually how much money they're losing at this point, because obviously look, they're first and foremost a business, but they've made a people first decision, which is not always the case in big businesses. They could easily kind of, you know, go for the neck in terms of deliveries at this time. It's, you know, the busiest time for delivery. However, they went people first and they're pausing all deliveries at this time period. I just think it's fantastic. So massive shout out to Kareem. It's a huge move and we support it and we want to get tipping so we can also give back. Let's move on to our next story. A Dubai magician, probably performance of his life because he was performing tricks for LeBron James at Cove Beach. So, in case you missed the Instagram update, the king is in the building. LeBron James was in town, and it looks like Alibaba's just like, what? They're like the engagement on this was phenomenal. People are just like, he is one of the greatest players, arguably one of the greatest players of all time. And I don't think we've seen him in Dubai before. And it was just a stopover. He was brought here by Fatty Cakes, by the way, who was massive connect with huge superstars. And in this case, LeBron James came to Dubai with him. They were hanging out at Cove Beach. They were enjoying their time. They were getting wowed by Shaheen, who's a local magician and mind reader. LeBron is of course considered one of the greatest players of all time. And he was at Caesar's Palace Cove Beach, which is of course a pretty cool place where a lot of celebrities go for some R&R. Then we saw a video of LeBron and Fatty Cakes, who's the guy that brought him to town. And it looks like LeBron is going to come back. It sounds like LeBron was like, it was a short stopover. It wasn't enough time. So I'm going to come back to Dubai. So our eyes will be peeled for that moment. He needs to get out. Like Cove Beach is amazing, but he needs to see everything else in Dubai to hear why there's such a hype around the world for this amazing city. Okay, guys, mostly that is it for the show. If you're tuning in for Arabic word of the day, which I know my mum is a massive fan of because we're learning a new word every single day. We've learned Jamila, we've learned Sayara, and we're going to hold. And I'm so sorry to everyone. We're going to hold on the next word until Miss Simran is back. I need two of us together. If I skip her, she'll be a day behind. She'll never catch up. Mrohi? Okay, Ali is teaching me the very apt word for alone. And the word is Bruhi. Did I smash it? I'm Bruhi. Okay, in that case, I need to open up the Lovin Dubai Arabic Dictionary word of the day because otherwise, as you guys know, I have the memory of a goldfish and it will be forgotten. Spell Bruhi, please. Can you spell it? B-R-O-O-H-I or Y. Broche. I'm going to go Y because I feel like that's what it sounds like. Okay, so Simran will know exactly what the word means because she's left me. Brohi. All brohi. Couldn't be more brohi. Thank you for that much needed addition. Guys, as we said yesterday, I had the honor of sitting down with India's most talented ghazal singer, and he's bringing his sensational show to Dubai. May 6th is the date. Pankaj Udhas is coming, and we cannot wait. So we had the honor of sitting down with the ultimate gentleman. He's going to be with you right after this. But by the way, if you want to win that dinner, we're going to DM someone later. So DM us why someone deserves this prize. Stay tuned. I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. May 6th is the date that Pankaj Udhas will perform in Dubai. He is undisputedly one of the world's most talented ghazal singers, and he's going to bring his performance to Dubai. We are very proud to have him on the show today. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Casey. And it's indeed a pleasure to be back in Dubai, especially after this 2 horrible years that we've all gone through, the challenging times. So I'm really looking forward to this occasion.
Tell us, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Casey. I've just returned from a massive concert from Punjab, and now I'm preparing to perform in Mumbai tomorrow. So I'm again doing a huge part. There'll be at least 8,000 to 10,000 people.
You mentioned 2 horrible years. What was the pandemic like for you?
Well, I guess for all of us, it was really a learning process, and a little bit more of determination, a little bit of courage, and a little bit of everything, because we all learned so much in the last 2 years. And I think more than anything else, that all of us have learned to value so many things in life, because we all got caught up in the rat race, and we all got so badly caught up in so many things that we'd forgotten to value so many things around us, so many people around us, so many things which I would say even we forgot that there is something like God's grace, and we realized that it's God's grace that keeps you going, that keeps you alive, that keeps you happy. So I guess we have learned so much in the last 2 years, yes.
Are you surprised to see full audiences now?
No, I'm not surprised. I'll tell you why. Because there has been so much of mental fatigue. There has been so much of music. People are deprived of music. People are deprived of entertainment. So obviously, when people turn up in big numbers, you feel that yes, they literally were starved of good music. They were waiting to listen to good music, and that's probably the reason that. And let me tell you that it's so very overwhelming to see people come and give you so much of love, because I mean, to me, I always say that it's like a balm on your wounds, because when you see so many people and when you see them clapping, you feel, I literally had tears in my eyes on my first concert that I did after the pandemic. So I can very well imagine that how you feel. I mean, we had got into so much of a routine that you went to a full house and you performed and you forgot about it. But now you realize that it's so very important to have so many people come and give you so much of love.
Music has that healing property. I 100% agree with you. For our audience, to give them insight into your impressive career, can we just go right back to the very beginning? And can you tell us a little bit about how you first started your music career?
Oh, well, it's a long story, Casey. In fact, I started writing about my life, and I will be, by end of the year, I will be coming out with a book, and that'll tell the whole story. But yes, it's a long journey, because I started singing when I was about 6 years old. And since then, I have lived with music, basically. And the only reason why I'm doing this even today is mainly because of my passion for this kind of music which I pursue. So I feel that I'm rather fortunate, I would certainly say that I've had such amazing musician friends. I had such fantastic people who supported my who had faith in my music, who had tremendous amount of trust and tremendous amount of hope that you will succeed one day. I had a long struggle. I struggled for almost 10 years before I cut my first album. So certainly I have gone through literally a roller coaster ride in my life. But in 1980, I came out with my first album, and which was titled Ahat. So after Ahat, God has been very kind that I have not looked back, and I've continued on. And recently I did an album with a very famous poet from India, the very, very famous poet, world renowned. His name is Gulzar. So I did an album with Gulzar Sahab, and that album was really appreciated. And I'm in the process of launching my own YouTube channel now. And I will be doing a lot of work through my YouTube channel. So I guess I have enjoyed challenge all my life. I've enjoyed doing something new and creative all the time. And I think that's the reason, this passion which drives me. And even at this stage in life, I'm looking forward to so many things, like the concert in Dubai.
It's amazing to hear that you're writing a book about your life. Congratulations. What is that process like? Are you reliving amazing moments that maybe you'd forgotten about? Because surely you must be going back year by year. Has it helped highlight some amazing memories for you?
Yes, it is. In fact, I am getting so emotional when I look back at so many interesting and so many memorable incidents, memorable episodes, memorable things in the past. And it's unbelievable as to how I've traveled this distance. Yes.
Tell us, I saw an amazing post on your Instagram, and you just kind of highlighted, you said recently someone shared a video of a world record holder who has the record of listening to one of your songs more than 35,000 times. What is it like to kind of hear that and understand it?
Well, it's really overwhelming to see and to hear something like this. In fact, he's gone on to put his name in the Limca Book of World Records, which is a local Indian world record book. It really gives you so much of assurance. It gives you so much of, I would say, so much of encouragement to do much better in life, because you feel that what you've done is really appreciated, is really admired. So what better can you do?
You mentioned you are starting your YouTube page. I thought you had one because
I have my YouTube channel, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to relaunch it in a very big way with so many new programs on it and so many new content on it, so that what I'll do is that I'll keep on putting new content every week, and I'll be doing something which is totally new, which would not be the old stuff. So that would give me an opportunity to interact with everybody, all the music lovers, and they will get an opportunity to listen to something new from me. Every week they will get something new from me.
Nice. Back when your career started, the internet was barely a thing. No one had their phone, no one had social media. And now I could put up a video and in 3 seconds, it could have 1 million views. It could go viral.
Right.
How much of an impact do you think music has on social media? And do you like it? Like, do you like having to do social media to promote your work, or do you wish of a more simplistic time?
Well, I see there's so much of a contrast. I have sold millions of CDs and cassettes. In those days, they had cassettes and long play records, CDs, without the social media.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've really sold millions and millions.
And millions and millions.
And today, yes. And today, with social media, there's no physical sales. You have no sales of CDs or cassettes or records. So there's no revenue, basically. So sometimes you wonder as to who are you doing this for? So that whole incentive of creating music has gone because there is zero revenue. The revenue comes only from YouTube or whatever it is. But that revenue is not substantial. So if someone says that my song, like recently I was looking at one of my songs, that it has 170 million views. But 170 million views is fine. I'm happy that 170 lives that I've touched. But the other side is that, well, the business part aspect of it is practically nil. So I guess this is the compromise that we have made. That yes, don't expect to make millions in terms of money, but yes, you are reaching out to millions of people. And I feel that music basically is nothing but reaching out. So obviously, it's very important that you reach out to millions of people, and with your music, with your sentiments, with your creation, you can touch millions of lives. I think that's more important.
Well, speaking of the millions of lives that you have touched, we asked some of our audience if they have questions for you. So if you don't mind, very quickly, we'll go through 3 questions from fans.
Sure.
Yours truly, Ark, asks, what is your biggest inspiration?
My inspiration is my parents, because my father used to play an instrument called Dilruba, and my mother used to sing, though she was not a professional singer. So I think they are my first major inspiration.
Jay Loves Tea on Instagram. He said he saw you perform in New Delhi as a kid. He said it was so memorable, so amazing. But now he's asking, when are you going to perform in Ahmedabad?
Well, I will be going there very soon, certainly.
Very soon. Okay. And finally, Tasnimo11 said, your hair is amazing and they need to know your tips and tricks. How do you make it so fabulous?
Well, I don't, in the first place, I don't have a hairstylist. So I do it myself. And there are certain products which I use to enhance my hair, my hairstyle, or whatever you call it. So I use some leave-in conditioners. I use some hair volume mousse, and I use blow dry and things like that. So that helps me keep my hair the way they are. Yeah.
I need some of that. Look at that. Yours is fabulous. I need the volume.
Yes.
Amazing. We had a lot of questions. People said it's fabulous.
Yeah. Thank you, Casey.
And very finally, that was the last question from the audience, from us to you. Fans, as a reminder, May 6th will be your performance. What can Dubai fans look forward to from your show?
Well, that's a very interesting question, because for the first time, I'm performing in Dubai with a backup symphony orchestra.
Wow.
So generally, people have heard me in Dubai in my live concert with 6 or 8 musicians basically on stage. But this time I have a whole string section, violins and things like that. It's going to be a very interesting concert, because this whole orchestra really lends to my music. They really support my music. They're not going to be overpowering. They're not going to be loud. They're going to be very subtle, and they're going to be just a backup, but that backup would be unbelievable.
Wow.
And people can expect that every song, mind you, that I'm not going to move away from the playlist. People might think that I am doing this symphony, so I'm not singing their favorites. That's not the case. I'm going to sing each and every favorite of theirs, because I've been receiving messages from various areas that, will you sing this? Will you sing that? Will you sing Chitti Aayi Hai? Will you sing Chandi Jaisa Rang Hai? All my songs. And I say that, yes, I'm going to perform all those songs which are on your playlist, but with a beautiful backup, and you will have completely a different experience listening to Pankaj Udhas. And to top it all, I've celebrated 42 years of my journey now. So I'm going to share with them some beautiful anecdotes about my journey, some beautiful things about my musical journey, and so many memorable things that has happened in the last 42 years. I'm going to talk about them. So people will have a complete package of an evening whereby they will know about Pankaj Udas, they'll know about so many things which they don't know, and this beautiful backup of symphony.
It sounds absolutely stunning. It sounds like it would be a
Thank you,
memorable.
Casey.
We appreciate your time
Thank you.
so much. That was Pankaj Udas, who of course will be performing on May 6th in Dubai. Get your tickets ASAP. We appreciate your time. A true honor. Thank you so much.